Hey, how's it going, guys? My name's Eben and welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. Today we're going to be going over a lot of important stuff for your car. But first, go ahead and subscribe so you can come back and watch this information later. So today is going to be a very informative video on how I learned about AMSOIL. So today is a very important day here on Synthetic Oil Protection. We made it to 101 videos, and my best video is AMSOIL Mobile One versus Royal Purple versus AMSOIL. That video has 28,000 views, and I wanted to thank you guys for watching this informative stuff. But today on this video, this is going to be more informative than ever. How I learned about AMSOIL is I was at SEMA right here in Las Vegas, and I was walking around SEMA, and I saw this big AMSOIL booth, and I checked it out, and I said, wow, 100% synthetic. And I said, that must be different somehow. So it said it's good for up to 25,000 miles or 1 year. And I stopped for a second, and I had to call my dad. So I called my dad, and I told him about it, and I said, is this possible? And he goes, I don't know, do your research. So I did my research, and I looked it up, and I come to find out it's real. So let's talk about how much better this is. It's not here, it's not here, it's up here. So you say, well, what's the difference? Well, Mobile One, a lot of people know about. Then there's another oil that's above Mobile One. It's called Mobile One Extended Performance. And that's good for 1 year and up to 15,000 miles. Well, this AMSOIL Signature Series outperforms Mobile One Extended Performance by 4 times in turbocharger testing. So it must be pretty good. So today we're actually going to be working on this Honda CR-V, and the original warranty is about 60,000 miles. And the oil they put in these cars is built for that interval. So they want your car to get to that warranty without having any problems. Well, what AMSOIL is, it's a special lubricant, and this actually started in jets. And 100% synthetic. Jets fly at 80,000 feet. And this oil actually started in 1972 is when it got certified. And it's the first synthetic oil in the world right here out of Superior, Wisconsin. So now we're going to talk about how it actually makes a difference. Well, this has a dual relationship. It works really, really good in cold temperatures. So this 020 will actually pour at negative 53 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit. So you can actually pour it right out of the bottle at negative 53 degrees. All the molecules are all the same shape because it's 100% synthetic, so they don't cling to each other because there's no rough edges. Now we're going to talk about how it has high heat stability. It's ATF fluid we're changing today in the Honda, and this meets and exceeds all the specs. And this is really interesting. Designed for hardworking vehicles that live in the severe service, double your vehicle manufacturer's severe service drain interval. So what that means is, say if you're towing with a truck, and in your Ford owner's manual on say an F-150, it says you're good for 30,000 miles of severe service. With this lubricant, you're good for double that. So you're good for 60,000 miles of driving on the transmission fluid. So that's just one idea of how much heat this 100% synthetic lubricant can handle. What do you ask, what does this all mean? It means protection, protection, protection. Protection for your transmission. Protection for your motor. Also, AMSOIL makes radiator coolant. They make differential gear oil, manual transmission fluid, and also brake fluid. So this keeps your whole car protected for about 3 to 4 times better than original equipment fluid. You ask, what does this all mean? Well, even if you have a car that has 50,000 miles, if you have a car that has 150,000 miles, 250,000, this will protect all those different vehicles. If you just bought a brand new car today, you can put this in immediately and it'll save your car. So share this with your loved ones, your friends, family. Let them know so you don't get that call. Hey, my car broke down. What do I do now? This will save you. Another important thing, when you go to get this put in, you have to watch it physically go in because a mechanic can switch it out on you. So definitely be sure to use a reputable mechanic. Make sure they allow you to watch and make sure it goes in. How do you physically order this? Well, there's 2 ways. You can call in the description below. I have a full write-up on how to call in. You use my number, 533-1179. That'll get you the preferred customer program, 25% off. Also, there's a computer link that you can click, you'll see down there as well. But when this comes to you, there's two different options. You can install it yourself. Be sure to use safety glasses, a safety jack and jack stand, and also you want to have someone around when you're doing it just in case something happens, they can help you. The other way is to go ahead and take it to a reputable mechanic and make sure you watch it physically go in your car. So when you order, you can order an AMSOIL filter. They offer a lot higher filtration than what came in the original equipment, so it's quite a bit of an upgrade. So fuel cleaning is important as well. This cleans all the ethanol varnish out of your fuel system. It's great because it cleans your valves as well, which gets you better compression. So when you call in, you can order how many miles do you drive a year. This is good for every 4,000 miles you put it in. If you drive 12 a year, you get 3 bottles. Also, this is also important too. This is the engine flush. This will get all the old contaminants out of your engine. All they do is put it right in the motor oil for 10 minutes. It gets it all clean and the oil flows out really well. Let's get started on the Honda. Now I wanted to mention all the different cars it can go in. It can go in a Ferrari, Lamborghini, Maserati, Bugatti, Porsche, Bentley, Ford, Chevy, Lincoln, Lexus, you name it, this is all good for it. What we're doing today on this 2013 Honda CR-V is we're doing a double transmission flush. So this transmission holds about 6.5 quarts. The pan holds about 2.7. So we're going to drain the pan, we're going to fill it up with this, we're going to drive it, circulate it, and then drain the pan again. So we're going to basically be changing about 70–80% of the fluid. Let's get started. All right, we got our jack and our jack stand right here. And my cameraman's my extra person for safety. Let's get started. All right, this transmission's a basic drain and fill. You don't have to change the filter. First thing we do is break it loose. This takes a 3/8 drive. So I got my breaker bar, put the 3/8 in, snaps in, just give it a tug, and that's it. With the long breaker bar, it's as easy as pie. Before I take the bolt out, I want to make sure it flows out quick. So I'm going to pull out the transmission dipstick, which is right here, pull this out, and now it'll flow super fast. Let's do it. Finger loose, all we do is just unthread it. 1, 2, and 3. That's it. Takes a couple minutes for it to drain down. Show you guys some of the metallic on this little magnet. You can see there's quite a bit. It's important to wipe all this stuff off, and then you can thread it back up. Before we got started, I checked the dipstick on the transmission. It was at the right level, so we know exactly what came out can go back in. So all we do is just pour it in. We just got done pouring it out. About 3.11 quarts came out. And you want to go ahead and examine, see if there's any metal flakes. Looks pretty good. That's pretty normal. Nothing's too bad on it. All right, we're good to go. Let's keep going. This little long hosed funnel is really handy for getting into tight places. All we do is put this right in the dipstick tube, right here. And that's it. All we do is pour it in. It's go time. So you guys know, this has an open and close valve, which is pretty cool. And now we're going to go ahead and just pour it in. Double check you're in. It's all good to go. First quart going down.
Action.
All right, we're going to go circulate this fluid. I'm going to go drive about 3 to 5 miles. What that's going to do is it's going to integrate the new fluid with the old fluid, so it's going to be about 50-50. Then we're going to come back and do it again for extra protection. All right, we're doing our test drive here. It's already a difference in the way it shifts, and I've only driven about, I don't know, a quarter of a mile. Amazing. Really cool. All right, we'll be back. The dipstick here, same thing as last time. Should be a nice clean cherry red. Looks a whole lot better than before. You almost can't even see it. And now, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Look how much thinner it is. It's a lot thinner, better viscosity. So the fuel efficient ATF will flow a lot better, get you a lot better gas mileage. Look at that. Look how clean that is compared to before. Much better. Doing our final tightening of this 3/8 drive. And this has a crush washer. Always make sure the crush washer is on there. That helps seal it. You can replace it if you want to. On this time, we're not doing it. I've never had one leak on me. And I'm going to torque it down about 40 pound-feet. So you don't have to really wrench it. Just about 40 should be fine. That's it. Just enough to crush it. You're good. All right, 3.2 quarts going in again for the second time. And after this, we're going to check our dipstick. We're going to cycle through all the gears, reverse, drive, neutral, just to double check. All right. Look at that cherry going in. Cherry liquid gold. All right, we're doing our final check. Here we do it. It's up to operating temperature. Come down, make sure it's seat square. There's a little tab in the rubber. Make sure it's all the way in. You see that little tab on the right-hand side. All right, good. Come straight up and out. And you want to have it over the top bubble, which is the hot sign. And we're over by about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch. Perfect. Look at this engine. This is a new product just brought out by AMSOIL. We're going to go ahead and put it to the test today. Let's give it a shot. All right, it's time to degrease this engine so it can breathe a lot better. Also, it'll be easier to work on different parts of the engine, and it looks good. So here we go. Shake it up, and be sure to watch you don't spray it into any electronic areas. Nothing electronic. You don't want to put it right in electronics. Says you can let stand for 10 to 15 minutes, but I don't even think we need to do that. I think we're ready to go. It almost feels slippery, almost like it's a degreaser with a silicone in it. It feels like it's like 70% degreaser and 30% silicone. Wow, feels great. Hey, I wanted to mention we just gave this a try for the first time. It's really interesting when you spray it on, it actually makes all the residue and dirt kind of crusty, and then when you wipe it, it just falls right off. It peels off, and it almost looks like silicone left behind. Take a look. We did this in about 8 minutes. All right. Protection, protection, protection. Now this engine's going to run cooler, it'll breathe better, and I really appreciate you guys tuning in today. Feel free to subscribe, and we'll see you guys back next time on protecting your vehicle. Thanks, guys. Almost forgot. In the description below, there's 2 ways you can order these products. I have my preferred customer link, which is online, and if you like to call in like I do, you can use the description down there. I really appreciate you guys. You can have it shipped directly to you, or if you live near a distribution center, you can just drive right over and pick it up. If you have any comments on this stuff, feel free to leave a comment below. I'll get right back to you. Thanks, guys. Almost completely forgot the badge of honor. All right, it's going on. Let's do it. Shaboo-boo. Beautiful. All right.